It's understandable.
We're going to call the October 20th meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Smith, here. Mr. Vacula, here. Mr. Carr,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Here.
Here, at this time, we're gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, is there any board members who desire to add, delete, or separate any items of the consent agenda as proposed? No? All right, this time I just need a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented for the regular board meeting on October 20th, 2025.
So moved. Support.
Roll call?
Mr. Smith, yes. Mr. Vacula,
Yes.
Mr. Carr,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Steve.
Yes, motion carries. This time I need a motion to approve the minutes of the special board meeting and regular board meeting held on September 15th, 2025.
Move. Support.
Roll call?
Mr. Smith, yes. Mr. Vacula,
Yes.
Mr. Carr,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Steve.
Yes, motion carries. Are there any board members with correspondence? I had a few things that I did this last month. I did call, ODOT after our main accident down there on the 8th, requesting a discussion. I know Mr. Smola submitted some questions too. They told him he would do a study. I have not got anything back about having a sit-down discussion on like a possible programmable light where we can have it school hours, Fridays with big games kind of thing. I'm waiting to hear back from them. I also contacted Hoops and Gavarone on the public funding for the schools. I heard back from Teresa Gavarone. Mr. Hoops has not contacted me. I also called Fulton County, the ones that are in charge of our tower, because I've had some complaints about how dirty the water tower looks. That was inspected in 2023. That's a 5-year EPA required inspection. So 28 is the next time they'll do bolts, welds, all that good stuff. However, we can paint anytime exterior, or clean. He did say, that if Evergreen wanted to do anything with the tower, change color, put a logo on, anything like that, we can talk about that and let him know. And we would have to pay for that color paint or whatever, but the county would get that, yeah, kind of planned out. I also got to sit in with our admin team Friday, their admin PD, with the impact group. It was on appreciology. I learned a lot of things about myself and our admin group. It was awesome. And, I'm really excited about the teachers doing that in February. So, hopefully looking forward to some good information from them. Mr. Carroll.
We have some guests. Tony, please just introduce yourself. Tony Noble.
Jenny Conrad, Amber Ninsel, Lindsay Martin, Christy Schmidlin,
Lucas Burkholder. That's right.
Dr. Dolores Whiteford,
Brady Roofer.
Kelly Carmine.
I thought there was nobody behind Dolores? No, okay. Thank you, everyone. Seeing that no one registered to address the board, we will move on to Mr. Carroll's financial reports.
All right, thank you. Now, the stack of papers you have in front of you, the first page is our cash reconciliation, which shows that we are balanced with our banks. Second page is our financial summary by fund that shows how we are appropriated with the county auditor. We have our cash summary that shows the fund balance, current POs, and money that we have spent so far this fiscal year for each fund. The disbursement summary report that shows the checks that we issued during the month of September. We have a general fund revenue and expense graph that shows how we are, what percentage we have spent and received according to the forecast. At the end of September, we are 25% of the way through our fiscal year already. And then the last report is that same information, just broken down by payroll and benefits. So far, we have spent 24% of our payroll budget and 24% of our benefits budget. Couple other items on the financial agenda. We do have a $100 anonymous donation. We did get 2 grants, one for our health insurance consortium, it's a wellness grant. And then a workers' comp grant. And then we have a couple transfers between funds, just kind of cleaning up funds a little bit. And that last item is the 403B and 457 compliance. With the Secure Act 2.0, we had some IRS changes and we had to, we decided to go with this company to stay compliant for our benefits packages. And that is all that I have.
Any questions for Brian before we jump into the agenda? All right, we'll start with the financial portion of the agenda. It's recommended by Brian Carroll, Treasurer, to approve the following financial items. The financial reports that we just reviewed. To accept the following donation, $100 anonymous donation to Student Assistance Fund. To approve the following grants, modify appropriations and amend resources accordingly for the Employee Wellness NBHP grant of $2,600. And the BWC grant for $33,305.98. Also to approve the following transfers, appropriations, modifications, and to amend resources accordingly. A transfer of $378.80 from the summer intervention to general fund. Transfer of $2 from the food service to middle school. Transfer of $541.05 from the Healthy Meals Grant to general fund. Transfer of $2.06 from Donahue Scholarship to Student Assistance. Transfer of $1.74 from Special Vision Trust to Student Assistance. We also need to approve that third-party compliance and approve the US OMNI and TSACG compliance services to provide third-party administration services for our 403B and 457B plans. At this time, I just need a motion to approve the financial reports and other financial items.
So support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Vacular?
Yes.
Mr. Flynn? Yes. Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Keeper?
Yes, motion carries. Move on to the personnel section. We need to add the following individuals to the approved district substitute list pending completion of any and all licensure requirements and background checks. Angela Infante for technology, Jonathan Brown, bus driver, Emily Mulligan, intervention specialist, and Emma Blandford, intervention specialist. To offer the following supplemental contracts for the 25-26 school year pending the completion of all people activity permit requirements. These are all our winter sports. I'll give you a second to look over that list you have provided there. I just need a motion to approve the above listed personnel positions.
Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Vacular?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Keeper?
Yes, motion carries. Move on to other business. We need a motion to allow Evergreen High School female student athletes to participate in the 2025-2026 wrestling season using the Evergreen High School name. Athletes will be under the supervision of adult volunteers with valid pupil activity permits. If approved, the Evergreen Local School District will look to possibly establish an agreement to make girls wrestling a varsity school sanctioned sport in the future.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion?
Any idea how many?
We're not sure for this year. We've typically had about 3 to 5, so
And they gotta what field?
they have to field a full lineup and another half for 3 years before it can become a varsity sport.
Any further questions? Roll call.
Mr. Smith? Yes. Mr. Vacular?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Keeper?
Yes, motion carries. This time, we need a motion to rescind and approve the proposed existing policy revisions and new policies to current Evergreen Local School Board policy. The following policy revisions and additions are recommended for approval. I'll give you a second to read through that handful, if they are revised or new. At this time, I just need a motion.
So. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith? Yes. Mr. Vacuum?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller? Yes. Mrs. Keefe?
Yes, motion carries. We need a motion to approve an overnight trip for Evergreen FFA students to attend the Ohio FFA Mission Impact Conference. Students will depart on January 17th, 2026, and return on January 18th, 2026. Students will stay at Embassy Suites, Columbus, Dublin, Ohio. Teacher Alexis Howell will be the trip supervisor, and a second van will transport students to the conference. Estimated trip cost is $600 and will be covered by the FFA chapter.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Smith? Yes. Mr. Vacuum?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller? Yes. Mrs. Keefe?
Yes, motion carries. Okay, at this time, we need a motion to adopt a special education model policy and procedure. I will read through this. And then at that time, we will take the motion to accept this. Whereas Ohio Revised Code 3323.08 requires each school district to provide assurances to the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce that the district will provide for the education of children with disabilities within its jurisdiction and as in effect policies, procedures, and programs that are consistent with the policies and procedures adopted by ODEW. And whereas on or about April 4th, 2025, the ODEW released an updated special education model policies and procedures version 1, 2025, or the 2025 model policies. And now, therefore, it be resolved that the board acknowledges that the 2025 model policies, while comprehensive, do not include every requirement set forth for the IDEA. The regulations implementing the IDEA, the operating standards, the Ohio Revised Code, and or the Ohio Administrative Code, and the board recognizes its obligation to follow these laws along with applicable case law, regardless of whether their provisions and or interpretations are accurately restated and or reflected in the 2025 model policies. And be it further resolved, the board directs the superintendent to notify the ODEW of the board's adoption of the 2025 model policies through the DEW's monitoring system by uploading a copy of this board's resolution within the time frame set forth by the ODEW.
So moved. Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call?
Smith? Yes. Mr. Vacuum? Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Keefe?
Yes, motion carries. At this time, Mr. Simola, would you like to take over discussion and information?
Yeah, I wanted to thank our candidates running for the board, Mr. Blanchong, Mrs. Simbolan, and our students for leading our Meet the Candidate Night on October 8th. It was a great way for the community to be introduced to new candidates and hear from them, and then we still have that posted online. So anyone who missed it and wants to go and view it, it's on our website and the Facebook page. So thank you to everybody involved and the community members that came to be part of that event. Mr. Carroll and I will continue our community conversations with Mrs. Conrad. This Wednesday, we will be at US 20 Diner from 8 to 9:30. So anyone who wants to come, has questions about the school, the district, any information they'd like, we will be there and available. And then on Thursday, the 23rd, we will be at the Country Charm in Metamora from 11 to 12:30. So available for conversation.
Thank you. Mr. Frank?
All right, so it's been a busy month at the elementary school. We just finished up our parent-teacher conferences last week on Wednesday and Thursday, and it was really well attended. And our hope is that obviously we continue those conversations with parents, that collaboration and teamwork throughout the year, and not just a one-time event in the evening. So we appreciate all the parents coming out and meeting with the teachers. Our students finished up their MVP cookie dough fundraiser that we've been doing for a while, and we look forward to seeing how all that turns out. We want to thank Brian Hansel and the MVP for their participation and help with that. Our building leadership team is planning an awesome event for families. This event will be on November 6th from 5 to 7. And it is a family literacy and math night. So parents can bring their students, they can come work on different math and reading skills, and they'll get some things that they can take home to practice at home as well. There'll also be some pizza and some games involved. So that'll be a fun night. And our building leadership team's been working hard at preparing that. Our preschool and first graders would like to thank our Metamora Aid Fire Department for bringing a fire truck and an ambulance to school so the kids could see them up close and in person. They got to explore and climb into them. They got to see all the different supplies. So the kids really thought that was neat. Our third graders tomorrow and on Wednesday are taking the fall English language arts state test. So we wish them the best of luck. And I'd like to thank Dr. Dolores Swainford and our school counselor, Sharon Lipinski, for all of their efforts in organizing the testing for our third graders. And lastly, MVP hosted our Monster Mash event on Friday, and that was a really fun event. There were games, there was food, there was dancing, and all the kids got to dress up, and it was fun to interact with the parents and students in that environment. So a lot going on at the elementary right now. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Mr. Burkholder.
Good evening. Middle school, our people chant that we have this month, I've kind of reorganized a little bit how I'm doing it this year, which is I'm always giving it to one teacher and one non-teacher. Kind of want to recognize, because we have a lot of non-teaching staff that does amazing things around our building. We happen to have two people kind of at different ends of the spectrum, Melanie Yoder, who is a teacher of 24 years here in our building. And then Lindsay Skyron, who's only in her third year as our counselor. They were recognized by their peers as being people champs for the month. And the one thing that I would say they both have in common is what you'd expect them to be great with the kids. They both do an exceptional job with their coworkers or staff members, being leaders in the building and kind of bringing positivity to our building. So I want to recognize those two. We also had our parent-teacher conferences this last week on Thursday. The second year in a row, we've used the Parent Square method to sign up for families. It's worked out really well again. It helps us prioritize the kids with the D's and the F's that we want to make sure we get those conferences for, so they get the parents in and still have it open to everybody else as well. Different grade levels have organized it slightly different to what maximizes what their needs. So fifth grade has done some more team conferences where the eighth grade is more individual, but overall the night was still really well attended. And we want to thank MVP as we traditionally do. They fed our staff again during this, and that's always nice for our teacher to get together and have a meal in the middle of that evening. First quarter was completed last week for us, and we did we started our celebration for the quarter. We did our Row Character Awards. If you remember, those are the awards that we give to the kids, not based on academics, but based on characteristics that they exhibit within the quarter. And I want to thank that basically we had 48 different students get these awards. And to provide those awards, we have to have people donate to us. So Sue Hammersmith and Gleaners Insurance, along with Josh Radel and Viking Pizzeria, provided either gift cards or gift certificates. So every kid who won an award not only got a certificate, but they got a certificate to go somewhere and hopefully celebrate with their family. We're going to continue to celebrate this week. We have our All A's breakfast on Friday. We celebrate our honor roll, and we celebrate our no discipline awards all on Friday. So the first quarter celebration continues. Back on October 2nd, we did take 8 students, or I should say Ms. Scouron took 8 students to the Fulton County Mental Health Youth Summit. This is the third year in a row she participated in that. It's a great event for our kids to get better acclimated to mental health, what it's about, what it means, and kind of help with the stigmatism that kind of can be put on that. So our kids are developing and growing up in kind of a different view than what maybe we would have grown up as kids. Maze Shake's going. We have had 2 lessons already. We've had 1 practice already. We're gonna have another practice this Friday. Getting lots of good feedback from people on the Amazing Shake. And I want to thank all the district staff, because we have a lot of people who volunteer to help us run our practices. That happens basically once a month, and they have to give up time to do so. I want to thank everybody who's been participating in that. I also want to thank, we have a lot of people making donations to our program so we can run our Amazing Shake and our PFP bass stuff. So I'd like to thank Kelsey Kaiser and Worthington Steele for their generous donation. They donated every year I've been principal so far. I'd also like to thank Mike Wensky, Kirsten Frucci, and North Star. They've also made a donation 2 years in a row to us. And then Eileen Kriege and Kriege Greenhouse also made a donation all within the last month. Their generosity is really what allows us to do a lot of fun stuff we can do to reward the kids for their not just academics, but their behavioral stuff that we want to incentivize. And then I just did a quick little summary review of the fall athletes. I won't go through everything here. As you can see, we had 4 kids that were all leagues across country, which is great. We had some good records on here. I do want to give some special praise to our 8th grade football team, particularly Coach Nichols and Coach Blystone. The year before, those kids didn't win a game. And this year, they went 5-3 overall was their final record, and they battled in every game they were at. So it was really cool to see those kids grow. and kind of just their self-esteem build. So a great job by those guys. Any questions?
I think so. Thank you, Mr. Burkholder. Mr. Roofer. And I understand you have Mr. Henricks.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
give me for 2 reports tonight. I'll start with mine. Last Friday, or October 10th, we had our Future Friday, first one out of 3 this year. I had 77 kids, complete job shadowing opportunities, 98 kids went on college visits, and then we had some kids going to General Motors, Parker Hannifin, and then went out to Manufacturing Day at Northwest State. There will be 2 more of these events coming up in the future, so we'll be working with the BLT to plan those. I want to recognize 3 students, Olivia Wyrick, Charlotte Dilly, and Bailey Lumbreezer they're recognized by the College Board for their outstanding performance on the PSAT. And we also had several kids named AP Scholars, so these students got a 3 or higher on AP exams. Most of these graduated last year, but I still want to recognize them. Jada Blanchard, Jonathan Camacho, Hannah Damaski, Lydia Gleckler, Gwen Lambert, John Mitchell, Jordan Raby, Connor Sanford, Chloe Smith, and Olivia Wire. So obviously, again, more evidence of how we have some very intelligent, bright kids in our building. Goodwill Challenge, I did not have this on the report. Found out yesterday, maybe Friday afternoon, we collected 10,920 pounds, the Evergreen community did. We did lose the Delta by about 2,000 pounds, but for the whole season, we were like number 4. So the community stepped up, I thought provided quite a bit. So thank you to the Evergreen community for that. I know that trailer was packed on Thursday when they left. Any questions on mine? I can go right into Dylan's. I do want to recognize Dylan. This is a crazy time for him. He's wrapping up fall sports. Winter sports are kicking off. Coaches from both are he's helping plan all the awards ceremonies, banquets, and tournaments. So I think we need to make sure when you see him, tell him thank you. He does a lot, gets a lot of phone calls on nights and weekends and gives up a lot of time. So I want to thank him for everything he does. For example, tonight our girls are in district semis soccer against Archbold, and then volleyball heads to Clay tomorrow night to play Archbold again in district semis. So that's for girls volleyball and girls soccer. I think at this time football's close. Got to win, I think Friday to have a shot at playoffs. So Dylan is also looking at some facility updates, looking out, possibly replacing some of the tile along the fences and just doing some things to maintain our facilities out there, keep them looking nice. We will be completing head coach evaluations once fall seasons are over. And he wanted to give a shout out to Katie Allendorf and our students and community. Again, that parade on homecoming was pretty neat. We had a lot of people show up and support. So I will try and answer questions for Dylan, but he's a lot smarter than me and knows what's going on. But if there's any questions, let me know.
I think so. Thank you, Mr. Roofer. Mr. Smola.
Yeah, a few items to share. Our annual Veterans Day program is November 11th at 9 a.m. in the high school gymnasium. All community members are invited to attend. I did get an email back this afternoon from the Ohio Department of Transportation that completed their evaluation of the intersection at US 20 and Township Road 6. They concluded there are no sight distance restrictions along US 20. However, they noted that the stop lines on 6 are further from the road, the intersection than they should be. They are going to relocate the stop lines closer to US 20 to increase sight distances. So as far as another meeting, they did say that was their initial report. I can forward that to all of you. It did some maps and all the distances are on that. So their first step, they said that there were only 3 crashes there in the last 5 years. 2 were failure to yield, 1 was a rear end crash, 2 of the 3 resulted in injuries, and there were 0 fatalities. So frequency, I don't know how that impacts. To me, that's too many, but
Doesn't sound like, it seems like there's been more than that, and my next question is, there's been 0 fatalities, so what do? We make wait for something to happen in order to do something. I just think it's kind of silly, but I also realize who you're dealing with, so.
I'm just sharing what they sent back, and that just came in today.
I
So.
appreciate it. I'm not commenting on your comments, I'm commenting on their comments.
Last Friday, our administrative team and directors worked with the Impact Group out of Hudson, Ohio to prepare for our February staff professional development day focusing on culture. Culture is our goal number 2 in our strategic plan. We look forward to continuing to work with the impact group to strengthen our administrative teams and improve culture throughout the district. So as Mrs. Kiefer said at the beginning, it was really beneficial. It was good. Looking to potentially have them back for one more meeting with our administrative team and directors before the February meeting. So I have a call scheduled for 9 a.m. with them tomorrow morning. And then House Bill 186.6, Fulton County superintendents continue to reach out to our state legislature about the negative impact that will have on funding should it pass. Evergreen will lose approximately a little over 2.2 million in the next 3 years. So we encourage board members and community members make their voices heard. It's not gone up for a vote yet, but if it passes, it's not good for our funding. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Small. Are there any board members with questions or concerns?
I do have one, talked to Eric and Brian and Dylan a little bit. Concerning the baseball, softball fields. Tony Bolger has donated his time over the course of the last probably 3 to 4 years as Bryce has been in school mowing the infield. We've not had a bagger, is what I'm being told. So Tony was bringing his own equipment out, no cost, no nothing, doing all the infield, making sure that we at least have a facility respectable. I mean, we got a nice field out there, let's keep it, going. And I know they talked to Trent and we had maybe mentioned maybe trying to hire somebody during the spring seasons to do the groundwork of 10 to 15 hours a week, maybe to keep the softball and baseball field up to par. Because if Trent's shorthanded and not be able to get to it, Tony's son's graduating, he's done doing it. I'm gonna tell you guys, next year he will not be doing it. So, we're gonna have some fields probably needs taken care of, so.
We're looking at that possibility. We are looking, Trent has some other needs, and if we can pair them together and get one person to fill a couple voids, that would be ideal. One hesitation is looking at what's happening with funding. I'm a little hesitant to bring anyone additional.
We got a groundskeeper, right?
We do.
So. Well, I mean, we don't have to look outside, we got a groundskeeper. That should be able to do it.
In the spring, when the grass is growing.
But that's his job, right? Groundskeeping then.
So we were kind of talking on more like line on the field, stuff like that, make sure the coaches don't have to be doing that for the game. That was kind of our.
That's why maybe we got a groundskeeper. That we're paying.
I'd like to figure out a way to do it without throwing more money at it, quite honestly. I'm tired of throwing money at athletics, just tired of it. So if we can figure out a way to do it without spending any more money, I think that would be very awesome.
Okay.
Was he mowing the softball fields as well?
He's doing outfield, not Tony.
Okay.
The other guy, or the groundskeeper's doing the outfield.
I'll say I've seen Tony at the baseball. I have not seen him.
We do have a bagger now, correct? So we do have a bagger now.
We bought a push mower with a bagger about 3 years ago.
It's not that big, the infield.
Mhm.
I'm just saying we got a groundskeeper that we pay, that's his job title. He's supposed to be there before he comes inside, right?
Correct.
So all outside is supposed to be taken care of before he comes inside.
So it's just the infield is concerned. There's no outfield.
Just looking to give more attention to the edge lines, the base lines, and the infield looking good and around the mound.
Cause last year. Baseball coach was taking care of the softball field, cause the softball field got left behind, so he was over there working on that. On top of coaching baseball, we'll be running him right out of here, we want him to take care of everything, he'll be out of here in no time.
I agree with Matt. We need to look and see what's being done. If that's his title, that's its title. And I agree with Don on the money gets funneled to athletics constantly. So I think we need to reevaluate that with Trent and see.
In addition, I'd like to thank Mr. Bolger for doing it.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's awfully nice and very much appreciated. I mean, I don't want anyone to think that it's not, but at the same time, I'm throwing a hell of a lot of money at both of those fields over the last 4 or 5 years. I wanted them to stay very good, but quite honestly, just throwing money at them constantly is not gonna do that. And I just tired of throwing money at the baseball and softball fields. Cause even when we do, people complain about it. If we-
Their argument was or what they brought to us was, no other coach has to worry about, other than putting away his equipment, has to take care of any of their field, football, basketball, what's that?
Are you talking here?
Yeah. Think about all the other head coaches, volleyball, I mean, basketball, and nobody has to take care of their field other than the two coaches, and so, I mean, you're relying on Haley and the new coaches in softball. I mean, she's got 4 kids at home, and you know, I mean, over there, they can be able to take care of their own fields. I mean, that's gonna be our.
Understood.
Any further questions or concerns? All right, this time I just need a motion to approve, to adjourn the October 20th, 2025 regular meeting of the Evergreen Local Board of Education.
So, sport.
Roll call?
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Miller? Yeah. Assistant.
Yes, motion carries.